I want you to use all your powers and all your skills. I don't want his mother to see him this way. Look how they massacred my boy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This isn't going to be a normal type of video review for me. This is going to be more of a rant, to be honest. I don't have a script. I didn't write anything out. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to talk. I literally just got back from the theater like a couple hours ago, and I wanted to record this video while my passion is still here, while my thoughts are fresh. And yeah, I just want to talk about my thoughts about this movie. My original plan was to review it like any other movie, non-spoilers, but to get my points and my issues across, I have to spoil this movie. So if you want my very quick non-spoiler thoughts, this movie's fucking ass. It's just bad. It might be the worst Halloween movie that I've seen. It's pretty horrible. It's definitely the worst out of this new trilogy. Worst of all time, I don't know, but it's definitely in the contention for the worst Halloween movie ever. The things they did in this movie are straight up shocking in a bad way. I couldn't believe what I was watching at certain points, and I'm someone that has been loving this new trilogy, just loves Halloween in general. It's my second favorite horror franchise behind Scream, and man, this is easily the most disappointing movie I've seen this year, and maybe the most disappointing movie I've seen since The Rise of Skywalker. And in a lot of ways, this really is like The Rise of Skywalker of the Halloween franchise. So take that how you will. That's really all I can say without getting into spoilers. So this is your last warning. I'm gonna get into spoilers now. Let's start off with the fact that Michael basically isn't in this movie, and it's the finale of Halloween. And not only is he not in this movie, when he is here, he's a bitch. And it's just mind-boggling to try to figure out how we got here. Because the last time we saw Michael, he was busy murdering the entire fucking town of Haddonfield, and in this movie, he doesn't do anything. Like, he does nothing. The only thing he does is get, like, bossed around by a teenager, and he gets robbed by a teenager, too. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, this movie is genuinely blasphemous to Michael Myers. Like, it's insane. I can't believe that we spent this trilogy building him up to be, like, the ultimate Michael Myers, just to slam him back to the ground and make him the worst Michael Myers I've ever seen in one movie. They ruined him that bad in this movie. Like, we went from Halloween Kills that had some of the best kills in the entire franchise in it, and then we get to this movie where he basically doesn't kill anybody. Like, he just literally kind of does nothing for the entire movie except hang out in a sewer like a fucking rat the entire time. This movie, like, genuinely doesn't feel like a Halloween movie, and that's a massive problem considering that this is supposed to be the finale of the Halloween franchise, the trilogy they've been building, and it's supposed to be Jamie Lee's last Halloween movie. And the fact that it just doesn't have any epicness, doesn't even feel like it's a part of the franchise, is such an enormous disappointment. Like, I can't believe this is the direction they went to try to wrap up this story. This movie almost feels like an anthology movie, like Halloween 3 Season of the Witches, except they didn't have the balls to just take Michael out of the movie. They're like, nah, let's make a movie that has nothing to do with the other two movies we've established in this trilogy, but let's also put Michael in it, and we'll have Laurie in it, and we'll just call Halloween Ends. They'll fight at the end. That'll be it. The other problem with that is Season of the Witch came after, like, the finale of that, like, original Halloween storyline, where you had Halloween 1, Halloween 2 kind of wraps everything up. That could have been the last one if they wanted it to be, and then they do Season of the Witch, which is its own thing entirely. But this is supposed to be the finale, the concluding chapter of this story. So if you wanted to do like a Halloween anthology movie, I'm cool with that, but finish off what you started first. Like you're marketing this as the finale of Laurie and Michael, and there is really no Laurie and Michael in it until the last 10 minutes of the movie. Instead, we get this new character, Corey, who shows up, starts like bossing Michael Myers around, bitches him and steals his mask, and then he goes around killing people instead of Michael Myers. Like, it's just the decisions they made, man. I can't believe it. Like, when you get to the scene in the movie when Corey's in the sewer with Michael and he's like telling him like, show me how to kill, like show me to do what you do, basically. I was expecting and hoping that Michael was gonna kill him and then the movie would start, you know what I mean? Michael would come back, start killing everybody, and then Laurie would have to go try to find him and finish what she started. But no, instead Corey becomes like Michael's Padawan, except Michael does nothing. He doesn't even teach him really. He's just kind of there. So then when Corey actually decides to try to fight Michael, I was like, okay, now this is where the movie is going to start. But no, he tackles Michael, he rips his mask off, and then he goes and he's an imposter. He's an imposter Michael and goes and kills a bunch of people. Like, it genuinely feels like they almost used all of their good ideas with Michael in Halloween 2018 and in Halloween Kills, and they didn't know what the fuck to do with him. So they're like, yeah, let's just throw him in a sewer. And we'll have some other kid just go around and do some stuff for him. That's it. Like, I genuinely feel bad for James Jude Courtney because he's been by far my favorite Michael Myers. I think he's the most physically imposing and he just acts like how Michael Myers should act. And he also got a lot of amazing kills in Halloween 2018 Halloween Kills. And he's the star of this franchise and he doesn't even get sidelined. He gets sent home. He's not even on the bench. He's at home chilling in the sewer. Like, he's doing nothing for most of this movie. And then when he does show up to do stuff in this movie, he just gets bitched. Like, that's all that he does in this movie. They make him a pussy. Like, my mind can't make sense of it, where he went from killing the entire town to doing nothing and not being able to do anything. There's a massive gap in logic there. I don't know what happened. And on top of ruining Michael, they ruined Allison too. Like, I don't know. I really liked Allison in Halloween 2018 and in Halloween Kills. I really didn't like her in this movie. They just made her like kind of dumb and they made her like just kind of bitchy to Laurie and stuff. I don't know. I just don't like what they did with her character at all. That was another big disappointment for me. Because in Halloween 2018, it felt like they were setting her up to be like the next final girl. And she's just not. She's just not. It's just a massive fumble of her character. I mean, this has got to be a case of like maybe some of the worst marketing and most misleading marketing I've ever seen, because they just are really pounding home the fact that this is the finale, this is the end of Laurie and Michael, this is what the movie's gonna be. And then you go and watch the movie and it's like a really shitty love story of Allison and Corey, and they made me not like Allison, so that really ruins the whole romance thing. And then I just didn't care about Corey really at all, so it's just a complete and utter disaster. And on top of the story just being fucked, it just feels like a really awkwardly made movie. Like, the editing is like very like jolty. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it just feels very like, I don't know, the movie just doesn't have a good flow to it. A lot of dialogue is just awkward and scenes just feel awkward and weird. Really, the only thing I liked walking away from this movie was the last 10 minutes. Like, the fight with Laurie and Michael was good. I liked it, but I would have liked the whole movie of it, like we were led to believe this was going to be. And I would have liked to have not seen Michael get completely torn down and shit on as a character in his own franchise. That also would have been really cool. And that's what I mean by how this is like the rise of Skywalker of Halloween, where like it just completely ignored everything the last two movies did and said, yeah, you know what, fuck that. I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, and we're just gonna call it the finale, and that's it. I know this isn't like a normal video for me, and I almost feel bad making this video. I don't like to make hate videos or like just really overly negative videos, but as someone that makes reviews and has been doing reviews way before I even started on YouTube, just like writing on like I had an Instagram account dedicated to movie reviews and stuff, like this is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time now. Since Halloween Kills, I've been looking forward to this movie. Halloween is a franchise that's very near and dear to my heart. They're like some of the first horror movies I ever saw, and I've loved them ever since I was a kid. And to have another ending of one of my most beloved franchises completely and utterly shock and disappoint me in the worst way possible is just, it's wow. I just can't believe that I'm sitting here in 2022 after just watching a Halloween movie that has Michael Myers have a sidekick that ends up turning on him, beats him, does his entire job for him, and then he just dies at the end of the movie because he has to, because it's the end of the story. Like, it's just like, what a massive disservice to the first two movies in this trilogy, to Michael Myers as a character, and to James Jude Courtney as a performer. Like, he really killed it as Michael Myers, no pun intended, in the first two movies. He was incredible as Michael, and they just had him shuffling around in a disgusting sewer for like a little bit, and that was it. Because yeah, it's Jamie Lee's last movie, but it's also like the last movie for Michael, and he goes out horrendous. Like, he just goes out in the worst way possible after he murdered the entire town in the last movie. He caught a massive nerf. Like, it's insane. I don't know, man. Those are my raw thoughts right now. I am sorry for being just really negative about this, but I figured that I would just record my raw, real thoughts about the movie. If you feel like me, if you feel differently than me, let me know in the comments. Halloween Ends is going to be clocking in at a 10% on the Bravo barometer, giving it a 10% for like the 10 minutes of the movie that I actually enjoyed. If you would have told me in the beginning of the year that I would have enjoyed Terrifier 2 50 times more than Halloween Ends, I would have told you that you're on bath salts and there's no way in hell. But here we are. Thank you guys for sitting through this rant. I appreciate it. If you didn't like the movie, hopefully this was almost therapeutic for you. Don't forget to just drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. I'm posting all kinds of reviews, reactions. I'm probably going to do some ranking videos as well. And I'm also streaming here on YouTube now. So if all that sounds good, like I said, just drop a like on the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one.